In the heart of a small Ghanaian village, nestled amongst rolling hills and vibrant landscapes, lived a young boy named Kofi. His days were once filled with the simple joys of childhood. Playing near the banks of the Densu River, its waters a lifeblood for his community. But a shadow was creeping over his home. Upstream, the relentless expansion of mining operations began to poison the river. The once clear water turned a murky, toxic brown, carrying with it the waste of industry. The fish disappeared, the crops along the banks withered, and a strange sickness began to whisper through the village. Kofi saw the worry etched on his parents' faces and the fatigue in the eyes of his neighbors. He watched as his friends fell ill after drinking the tainted water. Fear and sadness gripped his young heart, but within him a spark of defiance ignited. He couldn't just stand by and watch his world crumble. He remembered the stories his grandmother told him. Tales of a time when the river was pure and the land was a gift from the ancestors, a gift to be protected. Armed with a determination that belied his years, Kofi began his mission. He started small, walking from house to house, sharing what he had learned about the dangers lurking in their water. He gathered other children, and together they created posters with simple drawings, depicting a sick river and a healthy one. They posted them on trees and community buildings, a silent protest that spoke volumes. Some adults dismissed him as just a boy with fanciful ideas, but others, seeing the truth in his innocent eyes, began to listen. His passion was contagious. Kofi knew that raising awareness in his village wasn't enough. The problem was bigger than their small community. It was a national issue. With the help of his school teacher, a man who saw the leader within the boy, Kofi wrote a letter. It was a heartfelt plea, written in a child's careful script.
Addressed
to the Environmental Protection Agency in Accra, he described the dying river, sick children, and the fading hope of his people. He didn't just complain. He asked for help, for guidance, for someone in power to see what he saw. He sealed the envelope and sent it off with a prayer. Weeks turned into a month, and the silence from the capital was deafening. Kofi's initial hope began to wane, but he refused to give up. He organized a peaceful walk with the other children, marching to the local district office, their hand-drawn signs held high. They chanted a simple song about saving their river. Their demonstration was small, but it caught the attention of a local journalist who was moved by the sight of children fighting for their future. The story was published in a regional newspaper, a small article that would soon have a ripple effect. That little news story found its way to the desk of a program director at the Clearwater Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to providing clean water solutions in West Africa. The director, a woman named Amara, was inspired by Kofi's bravery. A boy not much older than her own son was leading a movement. She saw the potential for real change. She traveled to Kofi's village, wanting to meet this young environmental crusader. When Amara arrived, she found Kofi by the polluted river, testing the water with a simple kit his teacher had given him. She saw the passion in his eyes and the weight of the world on his small shoulders. She didn't see a child, she saw a partner. Amara and her foundation had the resources and the expertise, but Kofi had the heart and the trust of his community. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with. The Clearwater Foundation provided legal and scientific support, confirming the dangerous levels of pollutants from the mines. Their report, combined with the media attention Kofi had generated, finally forced the government to act. Officials from the Environmental Protection Agency arrived in the village, not with empty promises, but with a plan. They launched a full-scale investigation into the mining operations, forcing stricter regulations and penalties for non-compliance. The fight was far from over, but a major victory had been won. The river had a chance to heal. But Kofi and Amara knew that healing the river would take time. The people needed clean water now. Their partnership entered a new phase. The Clearwater Foundation, guided by Kofi's intimate knowledge of the region, began a project to build new wells throughout the village and neighboring communities. Kofi wasn't just a figurehead, he was an active participant. He helped survey the land, he spoke at community meetings to explain the project, and he worked alongside the engineers and construction crews. He showed his people that they were not just victims of circumstance, but active agents in their own salvation. One by one, the wells were completed. The first pump was installed in the center of Kofi's village. The day it was commissioned was a day of immense celebration. Kofi, with Amara by his side, took the first pump. As clean, clear water gushed out, a cheer erupted from the crowd. Women filled their buckets, children splashed their faces, and for the first time in a long time, the people drank without fear. It was more than just water. It was a symbol of hope, resilience, and the incredible power of one young boy's voice. Kofi's journey didn't end there. He became a young ambassador for environmental protection. Traveling with the foundation to other parts of Ghana facing similar challenges, he shared his story, not as a hero, but as an ordinary boy who dared to care. He showed other children that their age was not a barrier to making a difference. He proved that a single, determined voice, amplified by community and partnership, could move mountains, change laws, and bring life-giving water back to the people. The river began its slow recovery, and a generation of young guardians, inspired by Kofi, rose to protect it, ensuring that the water would run clean for many years to come.